I was under pressure, ministry never quits, I was trying to do better. July 2020 in the mountains of Tennessee, with Hebrews from other hoods, showing true brotherhood. Now it's August 1st and we just finished this fire lesson. Down to the rivers to go receive a fire blessing. Riding to the waters in a set apart motorcade. I can feel a human like chill between my shoulder blades. Old man need to be deaded. Hebrews standing on the shore, reflecting on the wrongs I've done before, confessing that Yahuwah.
Hey man, it's about time for y'all to hit that like and that subscribe button. You've been around here soaking up all the game like a dry sponge in a wet puddle. You've been robbing your brother of his likes and his subscription. You don't want to comment, you don't want to hit the share button. You're selfish. You don't want to participate, then you need to evacuate. Get on up out of here quick, fast, and in a hurry, because we don't need your kind. Now for those of you that's gonna do what's right, go ahead and get it then. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, comment, and sit back and relax. Let's get into these scripts. You dig?
Shalom. Shalom to the brethren. And what up to everybody else? This is your Op, Brandon Lewis. And this is the Lunar Solar Shabbat Scripture Study, where we search the scriptures looking for ways to apply them to life that we might become perfect. Too long have we read a scripture here and a scripture there, creating whole doctrine, never knowing the fullness of the context of those scriptures, the fullness, the context of those chapters and those books. And we have ignorantly made them say things that they did not say, made them intend things that they did not intend. May we now read them in the fullness, in the context that they were meant to be read in, and know what they were intended to teach us.
Hallelujah. Abinu, Shaba Shamayim, Yitkudash Shamka, Tabua Malkutka, Yashar Ratsunka, Kaba Shamayim Kan Ba Arat, Atlacham, Hakunutan, Lanu Hayum, Usalach Lanu, Al Khataim, Kapisha Sul Khimgam, Anachnu, Lachat Aim Lanu, Ual Dabian, Lidi Nasayum, Ki Amkhalsanu Manhara, Ki Laka Hamamlaka, U Hagabura, U Hatap Arat, Laulmi, Aulamin. Abinu Yahweh, we thank you for this moon, for this opportunity to represent you, and we ask that you send your Ruach HaKodesh to envelop and just cover this entire platform, cover our mouths, our hearts, our minds, and everything in this dealing that is to represent you, so that we speak only your words, so that we represent you in the fullest of Abinu Yahweh. We thank you. We ask for your protection and your covering as we go throughout these days and these trials, as we fight off these spirits that try to attach themselves to us, and as we build up our community and our nation in you, Abinu Yahweh. Through you, all things are made new. Through you, all things are possible. And we thank you for your word, for your truth, for your understanding, your binah, and for your wisdom, your chakmah, that we may apply these things to our lives and we may walk closer with you. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. We tahila you, we will remember you always and forever. Ulam, hallelujah.
seek your face on my knees, I show up.
Give us a heart of flesh. Cause most of us got a heart of stone.
You set the kingdom up to others like you guinea. Deuteronomy 4 and 6, I pray that's sinning. All this darkness in the world, you feeling. We supposed to be the light when we witnessing. Are you a disciple of the light? Only time will tell. By your fruits, you done made that boy a child of hell. Why we put him in slavery before we preach the gospel? We supposed to tear down their customs, not the people y'all humbled ourselves. Seek your face on my knees, I'll show us the way. Humbled ourselves, seek your face on my knees, I'll show us the way. Humbled ourselves, seek your face on my knees, I'll show us the way. Humbled ourselves, seek your face on my knees, I'll show us the way. Christ, they teach the law, so in your mind is where you supposed to be. Do what they say, not as they do, they emojis see. Abba opened up my eyes, took a hold of me. They mad that he deserving y'all, hey, how it supposed to be. How you mad that he deserving your God? Abba, but please break the yokes off. Help us understand that we were chosen to lead. I pray this word get in their heart if they don't smoke the seed. Leviticus 19:34, don't twist that. Matthew 8 verse 11, don't miss that. Many fishes in the sea, throw your fish net. Let everything that have breath, don't switch that. Supposed to be walking like Messiah, not just quote scriptures. A wise man to win souls, pray that go with you. I used to be a Pharisee, had that hate up in my heart when I could barely see. Humbled ourselves, seek your face on my knees, I'll show us the way. Humbled ourselves, seek your face on my knees, I'll show us the way. Humbled ourselves, seek your face on my knees, I'll show us the way. Humbled ourselves, seek your face on my knees, I'll show us the way. Christ is the way.
Humble yourself. Yahushua is the way, the truth, and the light.
That's the book of Isaiah chapter 2. The word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it came to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Most High's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow into it. And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up into the mountain of the Most High, to the house of the God of Jacob. And he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the Torah, and the word of the Most High from Jerusalem. Eyes to the east.
All right, all right. Shalom, shalom to the brethren. What up to everybody else? This is Ya'ak B. Lou, and this is the Lunar Solar Shabbat Scripture Study. And today, first of all praises and esteem to the creator of the heavens and the earth, the seas and everything in them. And Todah to his Ben, his son, his chosen representative, Yahushua HaMashiach, who the world knows as Jesus Christ. And like I said, this is the Lunar Shabbat Scripture Study. And today we're going to be studying the book of James, chapters 3 and chapters 4. Hopefully, your brother can be long-winded sometime. I don't mean to be, but it happens. Discussing the book of James 3 and 4, trying to find things that we can apply to our day-to-day lives. I'm being joined today by my Isha, Uriah, Yasharal Yahoo. She's in the background. She may chime in later on, and I just would like for you to be aware of that. So we're gonna get right on into it. What made me want to get into this was I was on YouTube and I saw a reel. It's not a reel on YouTube. It's a short or whatever. And a guy had quoted, I think it was James 3 and like 13 on down, and it said some things that really touched me and really made me want to bring this out. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens. I find something good, and I say, I need to bring this out. Right? I pray that the Most High allows me to build up what needs to be built up and to tear down what needs to be torn down. Right? And that's what it's all about, is that certain things need to be builded up in my people, and certain things most definitely need to be torn down. Right? Certain understandings, mindsets, right? Certain patterns of of seeing a thing needs to be torn, and certain patterns and things needs to be builded up, because sometimes you get weak in a thing, right? This world, this life makes many of us weary, right? You'd be like, man, I'm tired, man. I'm tired of trying to be nice. I'm tired of being good. I'm tired of trying when other people quit. I'm trying to build where other people tear down. And certain times y'all sends a message to help build you up. And I pray to be that message. And sometimes you believe a thing, and you think strongly about a thing. And sometimes the Most High sends a messenger to come tear that thing down. And I pray to be that messenger as well. So that's what it's all about. So that's what we're going to get right on up into, right? So this is the book of James, chapter 3. Now, for those of you that don't know, James is one of the 12 apostles. Quote unquote, Yahusha had a brother on his mama's side, obviously, by the name of James. This is whom it is believed that this person is. So, in case you need any kind of understanding of who this is and to what authority he's speaking from, this is a person who was taught like the other 12, and also a person who was raised up in the household with Yahusha. Right? So he says, now many of you should become teachers, my brothers and sisters, for you know that we who teach will be judged with greater strictness. This is by and large due to the fact of, if you know better, you have to do better. Right? For all of us make many mistakes. Anyone who makes no mistakes in speaking is perfect, able to keep the whole body in check with a bridle. This is what the scriptures mean about being perfect. It's not that you can't be perfect, it's that there is a manner of work that has to be done. There is a manner of discipline that has to be gained and applied. That is a day-to-day thing that you can become perfect. That's why he said, be ye perfect. This being isn't a right now, but it's something that we all must aspire to be. So that's what he's laying out. These are the things you work on, you check, you fix, you add, or you take away in order that you might gain this perfection. I think we say nobody's perfect so much we never aspire unto perfection. And this is what we have to learn is an error. Verse 3, if we put bits into the mouths of horses to make them obey us, we guide their whole bodies. Or look at ships, though they are so large that it takes strong winds to drive them, yet they are guided by a very small rudder wherever the wheel of the pilot directs. So also the tongue is a small member, yet it boasts of great exploits. How great a forest is set ablaze by a small fire. Now, he's correlating a small thing that controls a larger thing, hinting at the power, the great power of the small thing. Here he's saying the tongue is what controls the vessel. But see, quote unquote, Jesus told us that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So if the tongue controls all of these things, then the root of the tongue is the heart. You know what some people say? Well, if you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. So then you think, well, that person don't ever think nothing bad. They just quiet. They don't say nothing. Whole time they thinking bad all the time. They just learn to be quiet. So it's not about the lack of speech, although the lack of speech will help to limit the filth until you could cleanse it properly, right? What you don't want to do, which a lot of us fall victim, myself included, is to speak so many things that it becomes recognizable that you have an issue. You know what I'm talking about? You got an issue, you need a tissue. Now, everybody has an issue. Yep. Hello? Wow. Everybody has an issue because very few have reached perfection. Some people just do a better job of being quiet and of covering it up, right? That's why the Most High is going to judge the matters of the heart. All that stuff you didn't say, all the stuff you tried to hide, it's going to come out. So the perfection is not just an outward thing. Nobody knows this because I stay to myself. I'm quiet. I stay out the way. Whole time inside, you're a ravening wolf. So we have to work on the outside and the inside simultaneously. 5. So also the tongue is a small member, yet it boasts of great exploits. How great a forest, how great a forest is set ablaze by a small fire. Hello? You got something to say, bro? Hold on, y'all. See what's going on here. Okay, continuing on. The tongue is placed among our members as a world of iniquity. It stains the whole body, sets on fire the cycle of nature, and is itself set on fire by hell. For every species of beast and bird, of reptile and sea creature can be tamed and has been tamed by the human species, but no one can tame the tongue, a restless evil full of deadly poisons. So this is to let you know that there's nothing you could do personally to tame your tongue. The only way the tongue can be tamed, and by extension the heart can be tamed, is by spiritual intervention or divine intervention. It's the only way for it to happen truly. Like I said earlier, you could hide, you could be quiet, but that's really not taming the tongue, because there is an inner tongue that rages and that will come to the surface eventually, no matter how you try to hide it, because it's like zits and pimples, right? Zits and pimples are signs of things that are going on inside the body, of impurities inside the body, and it bubbles to the top in the form of a zit or a pimple. They could be the same thing, but you get what I'm trying to say. And that's what the inner tongue does with the outer tongue. Not only the actual verbal speech, but the speech of actions, as they say, body language. What about that kind of speech? What about that kind of tongue? All of this coincides together. So when you see tongue and restless evil and all of this, it's referring to a unclean nature. It's referring to an unclean spirit. A person who has filthy speech first has a filthy spirit or an unclean spirit. What's in a man's heart, so is he. There's a clean spirit in his heart, that's what he's going to be. If there's an unclean spirit in his heart, that's what he's going to be. That's what we got to understand. With it, bless the master and the father, or Abba. And with it, we curse those who are made in the likeness of the Most High. From the same mouth come blessing and curses, come barakah and cursing. My brothers and sisters, this ought not to be so. He's imploring the people to extinguish the uncleanliness that comes from the wrath, that comes from the rage that a person exudes. Like you said, the blessings and the curses. The cursing is the wrath and the rage. It's the uncleanliness. He wants us to get that out, right? He's imploring the listener to purge themselves of the unclean thing. Does a spring pour forth from the same opening, both fresh and brackish water? Can a fig tree, my brothers and sisters, yield olives, or a grapevine figs? No more can salt water yield fresh. In truth, we have the ability as humans to pollute and to dilute and to abominate a thing, right? A fig tree producing olives is an abomination. So he's saying is that, can it do it rightly? We have the ability to do it outwardly, but not rightly and not fully. It's fig trees producing olives, okay? Or it's olives producing fig trees, however you want to see it. To the outward eye, to the glance. That's why we're called to be diligent. That's why we're called to judge a tree by the fruit that it beareth, and to analyze a thing fully, because it could seem, that fig could seem like an olive, that goat could seem like a sheep, but you got to have discernment, you got to have understanding to go in and look and see and analyze and know what the true fruit thereof is. Right? That's why I said, let them who have eyes see. To see what? To see the deception. To see the deception. It said, A thing be not hid. If it be hid, it is hid unto them that are lost. So if you can't see a thing, if you can't discern a thing, then you, my brother and my sister, are lost. That's why I've done a lot of videos calling for the understanding, calling for discernment of certain things that happens in the world, that happens on our timelines, happens on social media, on the news, calling for discernment. Because it's like, why don't you see this? What do you do? What? You don't see this? And many people don't. And it's worrisome unto me and worrisome to all of the brethren or to anyone who has an understanding to see those that you would hope would have understanding not have it. It's very grievous, very troublesome. And, you know, we expect better and want better for you in a hob, right? 13. Who is wise and understanding among you? Show by your good life that your works are done with gentleness born of wisdom. You know, I want to change this, brethren. I want to change it from the NRSA to the NLT, we'll say. Because the NLT spoke a little bit more to what I was getting out of the thing here. So let's go to NLT. Here we go. 13. If you are wise and understand the Most High's ways, prove it by living an honorable life, doing good works with the humility that comes from wisdom. So, in understanding characteristics of either two ways, there's only two ways: good and evil, life and death, right? Wise and foolish. There's only two ways, either one or the other. Kind of wise, kind of foolish? No. Even if you have some semblance of wisdom in certain things, as a whole, you're still a fool. Because it's foolish to lack wisdom in anything. So the fact that you have a piece of wisdom makes you even more of a fool. Says, if you are wise and understand the Most High's ways, prove it by living an honorable life. We have to ask ourselves when we read these texts, is this us? This is why Paul says the law was not able to save. Because the fact that you keep a Shabbat, keep a feast, make offerings and sacrifices, wear fringes, wear head wraps, do things in which the law commands that's of an outward nature. This inward nature can go untouched. It can go unseen. This is dangerous because it's only by the pure inward nature can a person be saved. That's why I said the law can't save. It can't save you. The law told you to circumcise your flesh. The ruach, or the intention of the law, was that you would circumcise your heart. That's what the people didn't understand. The intent of the law saves. It was intended that you might comprehend. It said man was deceitfully wicked in all of his works. He don't understand it. He don't get it. You don't understand. You couldn't understand that the sum of the law was that you loved your creator with all your mind, heart, and soul, and that you treat your neighbor as yourself. You didn't understand it. You couldn't see it. Because all you said, man, I gotta keep this feast day. Man, I gotta do this. You didn't understand that the same characteristics that the law told you to have, that your creator have. That the kindness and the compassion, what he said, if you see your enemy's ox in the ditch, you must by all means help him get it out. You didn't understand that the Most High got that same characteristic. That even in your transgression against him, when you are in dire need, that he gonna come help you. You didn't understand it. You didn't see it. Only the righteous in the book understood it and saw it. And them was the ones he said, oh, okay, yeah, I can do something with you. David looked at the lion trying to eat his sheep. He went and put his life on the line for it. He said, I sacrificed myself for you. Abraham said, I sacrificed my son in obedience to my creator. There's nothing I won't keep from him. You didn't understand. You didn't understand that was telling you that you shouldn't keep nothing from your creator either. This honorable life is the fruit of the understanding. If it's not manifesting, then the understanding ain't there. They don't get it. You don't get it yet. No, you don't get it yet. You don't get it yet. You might be on your way. You don't quite get it. Right? If you are wise in understanding the Most High's ways, that's what we got to understand. Wise and understand the Most High's ways. That is the only way you are going to be able to do what? That you're going to be able to prove it. Anybody can talk that good talk. Anybody can talk that good talk. But how do you test the good talk? You test it by seeing if they live an honorable life. And then you say, well, what does it mean, Brother Brandon, to live an honorable life? Let's see here. It said by doing the works. Doing good works with the humility that comes from wisdom. The meekness, the humbleness. What it say? Whose adornment is the meek and humbleness, and a quiet spirit that is of great price to the Most High. That's what you gotta have. Verse 14, but if you are bitterly jealous and there is selfish ambition in your heart, don't cover up the truth with boasting and lying. What he's saying is that be who you are so that it can be worked out. Don't be trying to hide. No, people say you ain't got nothing nice to say. Don't say nothing at all. No, you need to say it so that you can get a proper diagnosis, so that the doctor can give you a proper diagnosis. See, a lot of you hiding. You don't want to. I don't want to be involved. I don't want to say too much and all this whole stuff. Listen, you can't get a proper diagnosis. How you gonna know what to fix if you don't know what's wrong? How you gonna be reproved if you ain't in a position to be reproved? How you gonna be admonished if you ain't in a position to be admonished? The only way you be in a position to be admonished, you gotta act. How could I check you on something and I don't never see you? I don't never talk to you. How could I check you on something you ain't never got nothing to say? How could I correct you on something and you ain't never made a statement? Your doctor want to know, doctor, I'm hurt. He said, well, what's wrong with you? What are you eating? What are you drinking? Are you exercising? Are you doing it? You just quiet. You don't want to say nothing. You don't want to tell them what could have led up to your ailments. What could have caused your ailments? Who is it? Don't cover up truth with boasting and lying. You want to talk about something else. He want to know what you ate. He said, man, it's raining, man. When it rain, we not talking about no rain, buddy. You want to try to make jokes about something else or something. No, I want to know what you do. Who are you? What you got going on? So I can give you a proper diagnosis. Not me personally, but the Most High is looking to give you a proper diagnosis. And you know how he teach you? Know how he diagnose you? With men. With flesh. Somebody, he gonna use somebody to tell you something about yourself. He gonna use somebody or something that's carnal to tell you about your spiritual uncleanliness. And when you get checked about it, don't cover it up with boasting and lying. You want to laugh and joke and play? No, this ain't no laughing, joking matter. It's serious. For jealousy and selfishness are not the Most High's kind of wisdom. Such things are earthly, unspiritual, and demonic. Now, I want to go back here because I feel like I missed something. He talked about prove your honorable life with good works and humility. Now, in contrast, the person living in good works and humility is a person who is full of boasting and lying. And the fact that they aren't living in humility and good works is that they have a bitterness in them, a bitterness of jealousy, and they have a selfish ambition, meaning they aren't doing things for the right reasons. They're doing things for a carnal goal. You want power, you want authority, you want money, you want to be seen. You aren't doing things out of the kindness of your heart. You're doing things for a carnal reason. And this is what he's trying to hit at about the leaders and teachers of the people, that they are leading with the outward thing, with the talking and the boasting and the bragging. But in their hearts, they have selfishness, they have bitterness in their hearts. They're not really there to help the people, to cure the people, because if they were, it would show in their honorability. It would show in their meekness, in their humbleness. For jealousy and selfishness are not the Most High's kind of wisdom. Such things are earthly, unspiritual, and demonic. So these people that you find with the boasting and the lying, that don't live an honorable life of good works, tube works, right? Who have jealousy and selfishness in their hearts. It tells you what kind of people they are. They are earthly, they are unspiritual, and they are demonic. These are very, very, very dangerous and bad words. I don't know. You can't. How you gonna get in? How you gonna get into the kingdom being earthly? How you gonna get into the kingdom or in heaven, quote unquote, kingdom of heaven, or the Malkuth Shamayim? How you gonna get into it being unspiritual? How you gonna get into it being demonic? How does that work? For wherever there is jealousy and selfish ambition, there you will find disorder and evil of every kind. Let's say if you dive deeper, this person that's not living the honorable life, this person that's not doing good works, showing forth the wisdom of the Most High Yah, then that person has a heart of jealousy and of selfishness. And it says, wherever there is jealousy and selfish ambition, there you will find disorder and evil of every kind. It said it is a semblance of worse things. The deeper you go into it, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. And we need to see this. We need to understand this. We need to hear this so that we can purge these things out. It's not so much as though you won't have an issue. Like he said, many of us make mistakes. Many of us have an issue. Those that don't have mistakes, those that don't have an issue, those are perfect. But a lot of us have a misunderstanding and we think we perfect. We think we perfect. And you need to read stuff like this. You need to hear lessons like this so you can say, dang, I do. All that stuff you hide, all that stuff that don't nobody see, you need to understand that this is a problem. Judas really probably didn't understand how wicked he was until Yahushua was talking about this wicked person who was going to deceive, who was going to betray him. Is it me, Lord? Yes. Yes, it's you. Yes. This person with jealousy and selfish ambition, is it me? Yes. The thing ain't to drop your head and walk away like the rich young man. The thing is to drop to your knees at the feet of the master and say, forgive me. Help me that I might enter in. Help me not to have these attachments to this unclean nature, to these unclean things. Cause me to be unpleased with these things. Call them not to dwell well with me. Cause it to sicken me. You know, because when you're sick, you don't want nothing. Even stuff you like. When you're sick, you don't even want the stuff you used to like. You be like, man, I don't want nothing. I'm just going to fast. You might love chocolate cake. When you get sick, that chocolate cake won't sit on your stomach. The chocolate cake don't even taste right. This is what you got to ask the Most High for. Make it not even taste right to me. But you know what? Until you understand it, until you understand that it's not good for you, you ain't going to never ask for it to not taste right for you. Because before you got sick, that chocolate cake was good. I'm talking about good to you. Before you understood the nature of unclean things, of unclean meats, it was good to you. Before you understood you weren't supposed to eat pig, hey man, listen, that bacon, that beef rib, pork rib, baby back, hey, listen, man, the baby back ain't never did nothing to me, but I had to understand it was an unclean thing. What Eve said, not only are we not to eat it, we are not to even touch it. That's when you gotta have an understanding and say, keep me from touching it. Don't let me eat it, but don't even let me touch it. You gotta have an understanding. That's what this is for. For wherever there is jealousy and selfish ambition, there you will find disorder and evil of every kind. That's deterioration. You might be okay now, but that disorder and evil, it's gonna get you. It's gonna break you. It's gonna destroy you. You just on borrowed time. It's like cancer. If you don't fix that thing, it's gonna kill you. Only way to survive is to purge it out. And he's gonna tell you about it. But the wisdom from above is first of all pure. It is also peace-loving, gentle at all times, and willing to yield to others. Hold on. You got to understand it's talking about the righteous and what the righteous got in them. The righteous going to have wisdom, and that wisdom is going to manifest in good works. It's going to manifest in honorable living. And if you ain't got it, you're contrary. And if you're contrary, you got jealousy and selfish ambition. You got disorder. You got disorder and evil of every kind if you ain't got this wisdom. Because if you ain't got this wisdom, you got foolishness. It said, this wisdom from above is first of all pure. If you ain't got the wisdom from above, then you got the foolishness from beneath. This is what we got to understand and not be dismayed because we got these unclean things in us. You need to know that you got it in you so you can get it out. Like I said about the doctor giving you a proper diagnosis. You got to know you're sick so you know how to get well. So them that are well don't need a doctor. You've been taught, you've been raised to think you don't need a doctor. Yeah, you do. You're damn wrong. And you need one. I come to tell you today that you need one. Because if you ain't got the wisdom, you got the foolishness. You're just hiding good. You stay out the way so don't nobody see nothing. Don't nobody know nothing. We see you. You know what I'm talking about? We might not see you with the physical eye because you're hiding. We see you with the spiritual eye. You know what I'm saying? Raise the people's eyebrow like the Rock. I see you. All right. But the wisdom from above is first of all pure. It is also peace-loving, gentle at all times, and willing to yield to others. Are you willing to yield? The foolish spirit is selfish. It said the wise spirit, the righteous spirit, is willing to yield to others. You ain't gonna believe what that is. That's selfless. Not selfish. Selfless, brethren. Willing to yield to others. It is full of mercy or kindness. Are you full of kindness? Are you full of wrath? And the fruit of good deeds. The what? The fruit. You ain't gonna believe how you get fruit. You get fruit from a root. You get a root from a seed. What seed is it in you? Huh? The seed soil? What kind of soil is you in? Maybe your soil ain't fit for the good seed. It's only good for the bad. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes you gotta go in there. Sometimes you gotta go in there and work on the dirt. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta work on your dirt. And working on the dirt ain't easy. You know, you gotta add to it. Got to mix it and blend it and transform it to where it ain't even the same dirt no more. Now it's new dirt. Because the old dirt couldn't hold the seed, brethren. Only way it's going to hold the seed is that it be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. What? By the hearing and the doing of the word. What? Dang. If only somebody would have told us. It shows no favoritism and is always sincere. And those who are peacemakers. Hold on. You said the seed gonna bear seeds like unto itself. Hold on. And those who are peacemakers will plant seeds of peace and reap a harvest of righteousness. It said the workers are many. No, the harvest is plenty, but the workers are few. Oh, man. What you said? What you said when you said it. But anyway, moving on. James chapter 4. Let me see where I'm at. No, I'm almost an hour in. We ain't doing too bad. What is causing the quarrels and fights among you? Don't they come from evil desires at war within you? Here, James is letting us know that when we have all these conflicts, the conflict, before we ever conflict with somebody else, the conflict is first within us. Because somewhere we chose to meet aggression with aggression instead of quote unquote mercy, instead of quote unquote peaceableness. The peaceableness is, you know what, man? Hey, man, you got it. Or peaceableness is, instead of meeting you back with the angry tone, meet you back with a peaceable tone. With the quiet word, with the soft word. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I'm not quite there yet, right? Because how my discussion life was set up was that, you know, you want to yell at me, I'm going to yell at you. And this, by and large, is what's wrong with us. Is that this type of mindset, this tit-for-tat mindset, is contrary to the word of the Most High Yah. And this is why one of the reasons I wanted to bring this out. Now, on that reel I saw, or on that short I saw, it only talked about James chapter 3. It didn't talk about James 4. And I went and checked James 4 and saw this verse right here. I said, oh, yeah, we definitely got to bring all this out. You know what I'm talking about? It all got to come out. You know what I'm saying? Come out in the wash. This is the wash. You know what I'm talking about? Washing her with the word. My wife is on the line. She's getting washed with the word. Hope she's listening. Hope she ain't over there snoozing and losing. You know what I'm talking about? This is what's going to happen. You ain't listening. You're snoozing, you're going to lose. But anyway, it says, what is causing the quarrels and fights among you? It's a rhetorical question because he knows what's causing it. He's finna tell him. Don't they come from the evil desire at war within you? That evil spirit has found another evil spirit and they're making love. I don't think we ever looked at it like that. If he's telling you that the anger, the wrath, the selfishness, the jealousy, all of these things are unclean spirits that are dwelling within you. Now, it's wrath and anger. Now, granted, not a righteous anger, right? Because there is a such thing as a righteous indignation. But oftentimes, little quarrels and fights with the husband and wife, and you know, with friends or with just two strangers in general, the majority of that is not a righteous indignation, right? It's not a soft answer turning away wrath. It's full-on carnality. Okay, that's what's going on. What we need to understand. Okay, and in this interaction of a tit for tat, what he's trying to let you know is that that hails from an evil desire. That's an unclean spirit in you. And the other, you got an unclean spirit, and whoever you're arguing with got an unclean spirit in them. Because why didn't they come to you with a soft answer? They came to you with the carnal, demonic spirit, and you met them with another carnal and demonic spirit, and both of y'all sitting there demon possessed. That's what the argument is. Full on demonic possession, and the demons making love. Sweet, sweet love. You know what I'm talking about? Because demons need humans to carry out their will. You ever heard of a succubus and an incubus? Spirits that get inside of humans to have an intimate sexual interaction? That's what they doing when you carrying out their characteristics. The spirit of hate. So what happens when you hate? You're carrying out that spirit. Spirit of envy, spirit of lust, the spirit of this or that. Whatever's unclean, when you get in there, is making love. Because love or sex is an intimate nature. In scripture, it's called a knowing. And the knowing of someone or something is an intimate, of an inner thing. Deeper than the average interaction. It's a deeper, underneath, spiritual kind of connection. That's why I said, howbeit he has called us sons. What does a father do to a son? He reveals his inner workings to the son. The intimacy. So when you intake the unclean spirits, you ain't gonna believe what you're doing. The spirit know you. No, it know you. It know you because it's in you. That's why they talk about soul ties and all this stuff, sleeping with people. You're getting into the spiritual nature, the carnal nature, the intimate nature, and you're getting to know each other. That's why I said the spirits, they're making love, sweet, sweet love to each other. Through you. Listen, you're having an orgy, you don't even know it. That's what this is here for. To let you know. Because you didn't know. Oh, who they think they is. Talking to me like that. Well, I'm going to show them. Look at that. Orgy. Instant. I'm talking about freak nasty. And the worse it get, the most spirits come. I'm talking about. Them spirits. What do you say? When an unclean spirit leave a man, 7 more wait to take his place. What happened when the 7 more get in? Oh, we got an orgy now. We got a big boy. We got a listen. We got a dang on a freak off in there. First it started off with envy. Then we get into rage. After we get into rage, we gonna get into wrath. After we get into wrath, we might get into lying. We gonna get into deceit. We gonna get into murder. We gonna get into all. Hey, listen, it's an orgy of the unclean things. We ain't never thought about it like this. I ain't never thought about it till today. Told I yeah. So we got to be on guard. That's why I say be sober minded, be vigilant. Why? So you can see when they trying to get on you. The spirit trying to get on you. That unclean spirit trying to get on you, trying to get in you. You know what I'm talking about? He trying to smash. Don't let that demon smash you. I'm talking about don't let him stroke you. Poke you and stroke you. That's what he's trying to do. What is causing the quarrels and the fights among you? Don't they come from the evil desire at war within you? Because you do got the Most High spent his Ruach. He sent his son to set the captives free. So that spirit getting in you is holding you captive. So he sent his son, sent his being, he sent his nature, sent his salvation unto you that you could fight, that you could resist, to keep you in remembrance. So now that spirit telling you, no, don't do it. No, don't say it. No, don't go. No, don't be that. It's warring with this unclean spirit telling you, yeah, you need to do it. Yeah, you need to come on. Yeah, you need to do that. Yeah, you need to do that. You need to do that. It's warring. But that clean spirit could only be aided by your actions and by your willingness to resist. If you don't resist, you weaken the spirit. That's why Paul told you that you crucify Christ anew. You killing them every day within you. He came to fight. He came to warn. You describing your unclean nature is describing the Pharisees, mocking them and ridiculing them. Hey, you need to do right. You know what they say? Is this Joseph's son? You're blaspheming him. He dares mock. He dares call himself the son, or call himself the father, and everything we can read in the book, it happened in a metaphorical nature. Everything that happened in the carnal happened in the spiritual nature. You got the unclean spirits like the scribe and the Pharisees sitting in the temple. They've been ruling, they've been reigning, and here come the Son of the Most High Yah coming to rebuke them. You don't give aid to him. You give aid to them scribes and them Pharisees and let them rule and reign and let them take them off and hang him and crucify him. Woo. Abba, forgive us. Abba, forgive us. Even if none of them people in the book ever existed, just by that alone, you can see why you can go to hell. Can't you? Just from that analogy alone, they say, well, Jesus never lived and other stuff never lived. Listen, even if them people never existed, by what I just told you about the salvation and about setting the captives free and that spirit representing Yahushua HaMashiach, that being within you, and the evil nature, the evil characteristics representing the scribes and the Pharisees. Even just by that alone, you can see why you can go to hell, can't it? Because you know it's something in you fighting and tugging to keep you from doing the wrong stuff. You know what you call it? A conscience. My conscience, for conscience sake. And all this old stuff. And sometimes you listen to it, and sometimes you say, man, forget that, man. And say they counted them as naught. Wounded. You wound them. Say he's wounded for our transgressions. Every time you go against them, that's a lash. Wow. Cat of nine tails. Snatching out his beard, spitting on him. Every time you go against it. Every time I tell you go right, you go left. Bow, hitting them with the whip. You need to stand. You want to sit. Bow, stepping on it. Then you turn around and say, heal thyself. Oof. Oof. Verse 2. You you want what you don't have. You scheme and kill to get it. You are jealous of what others have, but you can't get it. So you fight and wage war to take away from them. Yet you don't have what you want because you don't ask the Most High for it. You got to understand that when them unclean spirits see clean spirits, it's a bright light to their darkness. It's like back when you had to go to school, you were sleeping good. I'm talking about sleeping good. Usually, you have to catch the bus by 7:30, whatever. And at certain parts of the year, it still be dark outside. So you in the room with the lights off, you're resting, sleeping good, and your mama come in there, turn them lights on. You want to cover up. You want to cover your eyes. Come on, I'm up. Turn the light off. I'm going to get up. You're hurting my eyes. That's what happened when that light come around. That's what happens when you got any kind of light within you. Any kind of clean spirit within you, and you go around people that ain't got it. You know what they want to do? They want to turn it out. You know how they turn it out? By causing you to pollute it yourself. That's what he's trying to let the people know. You ain't got the cleanness that you see in them and hate in them because you ain't asked for it. You talking about asking for no car, asking for no house, for no job? No. What it'll take for you to get them things, the characteristics it'll take for you to get them, you ain't got them. You know why you ain't got them? Because you don't ask for it. You just want the car. You just want the house. You ain't said, give me the discipline. Give me the knowledge. Give me the wisdom. Give me the discernment. So that I can be what I need to be. So I can get what I need to get. You ain't asking. You asking for, just give me the house. You know how you get the house? You get the money. Give me the mind. Give me the wisdom to get the money. Give me the discernment to handle the money when I get it. See, you got to get it on the level that you ain't looking for. The law is the money. The spirit of the law is the characteristics that get you the money. Yet you don't have what you want because you don't ask the Most High for it. And even when you ask, you don't get it because your motives are all wrong. Give me the house. What you want the house for? You want the house so you can brag. Look at me. Look at me. You don't want the house because your family is growing. You don't want the house so you know what? I got my son sleeping in the same room. Got my kids sleeping in the same room. Increases, give us a bigger house so that they can spread out. They can have some independence. They can do this, they can do that. No, I'm going to show them. I can get a big house. My sister got a big house. I want a big house too. That's what we talking about. Your motives are all wrong. Give me the car. What? So I can style and profile when I pull up. When I pull up and I pop out. No, give me a new car to, keep me and my family safe. Because the one I got, it ain't what it need to be. Like, you need to have a righteous reason. Said you ain't got no righteous reasons. He said your motives are all wrong. That's why you don't. That's why even when you think to ask for certain things, you can't. Even when you ask right, you ask for discernment, you ask for knowledge, you ask for wisdom, you ask for understanding. He said, on top of that, you still want it for the wrong reasons. Because your motives are all wrong. You want only what will give you pleasure. You adulterers. Don't you realize that friendship with the world makes you an enemy of the Most High when you want these things for carnal reasons? Because none of this leans to righteousness. None of this leans to perfection when you doing things for reasons of the world, when you doing things for reasons of carnality and not for a righteous indignation. I mean, a righteous reason. That's why we have to analyze our hearts. That's why we have to align ourselves with the will of the Most High. This is what it means. What is His will? That none should perish, that all shall come into a knowledge and understanding of the Most High. Yeah. So this is by which we are to move. Is to be a covering, to be the fire by night and the cloud by day. You know what I'm talking about? To aid and assist in the journey to the promised land. They say, ye are gods, but ye shall die like men. What does it mean to be a god? What does it mean to be Elohim and Elua? What does it mean? Providing, protecting, kindness, compassion, all the characteristics he's talking about. You just want the authority. You just want the respect. That's all you want. You don't want to show forth all of the grievousness that comes with overseeing something. The Most High said He paid the cost to be the boss. He said, I found you in your blood, that nobody cared for you. Nobody salted your navel. I cleaned you up. I put, you know what that was? That was grievous. I'm on my way somewhere. Here go this baby laying in its blood. Ain't nobody cared for anybody. Now I got to stop doing what I'm doing to make sure you okay. That's kindness. That's compassion. Now I got to give you something. I could have kept it in my pocket. Now I got to give it to you because you need. That's selflessness. This what they call paying the cost to be the boss. That's why He deserved worship. That's why He deserved reverence. Because He first did. Before He ever required anything of us. Before He ever demanded anything of us. Before He ever came into covenant. He did all. Listen. He said, I did all that for you and left. Left. I ain't asked nothing from you then. I left. Just like the Good Samaritan did. Found a man in the road, cleaned him up, fixed him up, took him to the end, and left. You know what he said when he left? If anything extra is needed, I'm going to come back. I'm going to pay you. That means he's coming back to see what happened. I'm coming back. And if there's anything extra, I'm going to pay you. You know what happened when the Most High came back? He said, I came back and saw that you was ready for love. I'm talking about, hey, you ain't no baby no more. You know what I'm talking about? Did He just come and say, hey, you owe me for what I did back then? No, He said, I put some more on you. Now I done put you in fine linens. Now I done put you in the sandals and the tinkling ornaments and the bracelets. Then I came in the covenant with you. Huh? Before He ever required anything, He gave. Now He said, now that I did labored, I deserve fruit from my labor. And he said, you know what you gave me for my labor? He said, instead of loving me, you loved others. Instead of raising up my children, you killed them. So when it say ye are gods, this is what you're called to do. To give, and then reap the fruit of your labors. But it's going to be grievous. It's going to be hard. Because you know what he told Adam? By the sweat of your brow shall the land bring forth fruit. It ain't going to be easy. What? Easy? We ain't in the easy business. Huh? Being a God, being an Allure, being an Elohim, it ain't the easy business. Salvation? What it said, by great tribulation shall you be saved. This ain't easy business. Let them that come after me pick up their cross. This ain't easy business. This ain't the easy kind. I say it again. If you want to be a friend of the world, you make yourself an enemy of the Most High. Do you think the scriptures have no meaning? They say that the Most High is passionate, that the Spirit He has placed within us should be faithful to Him. Ooh-wee. He said, what I gave you, I'm supposed to get back. When he picked that baby up, cleaned the blood, did all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? He imparted into it. Because you're supposed to live by sight. You're supposed, you were supposed to go off of what you've seen. You see me display certain characteristics. Let what is in me be also in you. I'm looking for the fruit that's in me to bring forth seed like unto itself. I didn't drop seed off in you. You're supposed to be dropping seed back off somewhere else. He said, I don't see, hold on. I gave you kindness and compassion. You giving forth wrath and indignation? You giving forth selfishness? Hold up. That's not my seed. What do people say? We are Abraham's seed. You used to told me, say, if ye be Abraham's seed, you would do the works of Abraham. Meaning, if you was Abraham's seed, you will have Abraham's fruit. You ain't got Abraham's fruit. You can't be Abraham's seed. He said, howbeit he has called us sons. You know what sons gotta have? Sons gotta have the fruit of their fathers. No, they said, boy, you just like your daddy. You ain't gonna believe what Jesus said. Yahushua said. What he said? If you have seen me, you seen the Father. I got his seed. I'm bearing his fruit. He come in kindness and compassion. You ain't gonna believe what I come in. I come in kindness and compassion. He come in selflessness. You ain't gonna believe what I come in. I come in selflessness. You know what he told them in? He said, ye are of your father, the devil. How he know they father the devil? He said, because you're bearing the fruit of the devil. You're bearing his fruit. Oh, man, I don't know if you're listening. If you're listening, help. Anyway, do you think the scripture have no meaning? They say that the Most High is passionate, that the Spirit He has placed within us should be trustworthy to Him, should be faithful to Him. And He gives grace generously. As the scriptures say, the Most High opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. You know why? Because He said, I see me in you. So, because if you humble, He said, I'm humble. So when I see me in you, now I can have kindness and compassion on you. Because you know what? You ain't all that bad. That's like your child or something. They do something they ain't got no business. You go to punish them, and you look at them, and you be like, man, I said, man, you looking just like me, man. I ain't gonna do you bad. You know what? Do better before I get you. You know what I'm talking about? That's what he said. Gives grace to the humble. You ain't void of the possibility of consequence. I'm just gonna let you go this time. You know why I'm gonna let you go this time? Because I see some of me in you. What he gonna show you if he don't see none of him in you? Judgment. That's what you got coming here if he don't see himself in you. So humble yourself before the Most High. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Come close to the Most High, and the Most High will come close to you. Wash your hands, you sinners. Purify your hearts, for your loyalty is divided between the Most High and the world. There can only be one high priest of the temple, man. There's only be one high priest of the temple. You know what you want to say? You won't want the scribes and Pharisees to be the high priest. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? You want an Edomite. You don't want to know why the Edomites was in the temple when Yahusha came? You know what the characteristics is of Edom? You know what the characteristics is of Esau? That's who was reigning in the temple when he came. In the flesh and in the spirit. You know what Esau was? He was a liar. He was a murderer. He was a deceiver. He ruled by blood. He ruled by deceit. Huh? That's what they was ruling by. And you know what happened? Peace came to them. Truth came to them. Righteousness came to them. You know what they said? They didn't receive it. Your temple is divided. So you divided between the Most High and the world. Your temple divided. You ain't gonna believe what they said. A house divided? What it's gonna do? It's gonna stand forever? No. Shall fall. Shall fall. That's what I said. Deterioration. Let there be tears for what you have done. Let there be sorrow and deep grief. Let there be sadness instead of laughter and gloom instead of joy. This is how repentance has come. It said they shall loathe their transgressions. Or what is that? They shall loathe their iniquities. Or something like that. The things that they've done, they're going to hate what they've done. This is how repentance has come. You got to hate what you did in order to turn from it. If you don't hate it, you're going to keep doing it. What are you trying to tell them? Humble yourselves before the Master, and he will lift you up in honor. That's why you gotta cry. That's why you gotta go through and get that diagnosis. Huh? Sometimes you gotta go and get that what they call that thing for the prostate check. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta go through that inconvenience. You don't wanna do it. But how else you gonna know if something wrong with you? You gotta go in there and get checked out. Huh? Humble yourselves. That's that humbling. To know what's wrong, to know what you need to work on, know what you need to fix. You know what we do? We run from it. I don't want to hear that, man. I don't want, man, go on somewhere, man. I ain't trying to hear all that, man. That's what they did with Yahusha. Counted him as naught. Man, I don't want to hear that, man. Joseph's son. Joseph and Mary and them. What is he even talking about? You know what you say? Man, that's Brandon, man. Hey, man, listen, this ain't Brandon talking. Okay, this revelation, everything, don't count it unto me. Count it unto the Most High, yeah. because I prayed for him to do it. You know, all praises that he has seen fit to have these things brought forth. But you know what? It ain't a thing of laughing and enjoying. It's a thing of woe. It's a thing of woe for those who will hear it and don't heed. You know, them people prayed for Jeremiah to go talk to the Most High and to come back and tell them something. They didn't like what he had to tell them. See, that's the thing. We be praying, Most High showed me, Most High reveal, Most High. You sure? You sure you want to know? You sure you want to know? Huh? Because ignorance is bliss. You can be happy in your ignorance. Listen, they say, doctor, I want to know if there's anything wrong with me. You got cancer. Oh! Ooh. Ooh. It ain't terminal. You can fix it. You better fix it. You know what I'm talking about? That's what it is. It's a cancer diagnosis. It ain't terminal yet. Oh, it can be. Oh, yeah, buddy. It can get terminal in an instant. Told y'all he gave us the diagnosis. The diagnosis ain't a curse. The diagnosis is a barakah. It's a blessing, a barakah to find out you got cancer. Because you could have went to your grave early, not even knowing. And wake up in judgment. And you think you good. Hey, you know, I died from natural causes. You know, I'm ready to enter into the kingdom. He said, no, you had cancer. You was unclean. Yeah. The unclean can't get in here. You die from cancer, you can't get up in here. I said, well, where I go? You can go to hell. That's where you go. You go to hell. See, so it is a blessing. It is a barakah that you get your diagnosis so you can clean yourself up. So when you go to judgment clean. Okay, you go clean. Then he said, you good and faithful servant, enter ye into eternal rest. Enter in. Go ahead. You can go in there. He's standing outside the club with a list. He's making a list. He's checking it once. He's checking it twice. Gonna find out who's naughty or nice. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't on that list, you can't get in. You know who ain't on the list? Cancer patients. You can't get in. Cancer patients can't get in. That's why he coming. And he using people to let you know, hey, you got cancer, you got cancer, you got cancer, you got cancer. You know what you gonna do? You know what some do? Some just, woe is me. They like the rich young man. They turn away. They bow their heads. They walk away. You know what others gonna say? Others gonna say, purify me. Cleanse me. Help me. Get rid of this cancer. And don't be like the Christian and think, oh, it's just some overnight thing. Oh no, this ain't no overnight thing. He gonna write your prescription. You know what I'm talking about? And the prescription ain't no pill. Oh no, we don't work in pills. We don't do no pills. Okay. He gonna write you a list for some get right. You gotta get that wickedness out of your heart. You gotta stop doing this. You gotta stop doing that. You gotta start doing this. You gotta start doing that. This how you get cured from your cancer. You said, what? I was looking for a pill. I want something quick and easy. We don't do no workings. We don't do no workings. We want the pill. We want quick and easy. You say, you know what? Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it. You just can go to hell. Mm-hmm. Don't speak evil against each other, dear brothers and sisters. This is what he's talking about because other people going through the battle, other people then got their cancer diagnosis. Don't judge, because you got cancer too. How I'm gonna laugh at you by counsel? I got it. And we got this bad. We got a culture of that, of pointing the finger. That's why in Isaiah 58, he talks about them that don't point the finger. Because it's easy to point. You got counsel. I got counsel too, though. We ain't gonna talk about that. Like I say, don't speak evil against each other, dear brothers and sisters. If you criticize and judge each other, then you are criticizing and judging the Most High's law. Because the law is that all should have counsel. You don't believe it. It says sin came by one man, sin came into the earth. Death came into the earth, and by one man it's going to be taken out. One man is salvation, his plan. You don't believe what his plan is. You don't believe what his salvation is. It's the purging. It's the dying. It's the death, burial, and resurrection. I'm talking about that counsel treatment. I'm talking about that counsel treatment is that death, burial, and resurrection. Huh? His law. What is that? The way, the truth, and the light. What? But your job is to obey the law, not to judge whether it applies to you. The Most High alone, who gave the law, is the judge. He alone has the power to save or to destroy. You ain't got no business all up in them folks' cancer diagnosis. You all up in them folks' cancer diagnosis. No. You're supposed to aid and assist them with a list. And he said, when he tell you got cancer, he gonna give you a list to work on. The teachers and the leaders of the people supposed to be helping you with your list. Shouldn't be judging and messing with folks about their cancer diagnosis. Messing with folks about what's not being done, but rather helping them to do what needs to be done on the list. And I've had this bad. Because the culture is to point the finger. Like I said, it's about the point. You. Now it's got to be about me, my personal thing that I can fix and I can correct, and about us, about how I can help you correct yours and help you along with yours. Not even after all the time. It's the whole thing about get yourself together, then help others. True that. But also, we can help each other at the same time. See, when you take judging out and pointing the finger out, you can do it simultaneously. I can help you and help myself at the same time. The problem comes when I'm picking at you by what you got going on and they ain't fixed. That's where your problem comes. That's what it said about, not judging. I'm messing with you about your counsel, but I got counsel. So the thing is not to mess with somebody about their counsel, to help them with it. Oh yeah, I got counsel too. Let's check off some of this stuff on this list. Let's do it together. The Most High alone, who gave the law, is the judge. He alone has the power to save or to destroy. So what right do you have to judge your neighbor? Look here, you who say today or tomorrow we are going to a certain town and we'll stay there a year. We will do business there and make a profit. How do you know what your life will be like tomorrow? No, this waiting. Oh, I'm gonna work on my prescription that he gave me to get rid of the cancer. I'm gonna work on that tomorrow. I'm gonna work on that next week. I'm gonna work on that when it's convenient for me. It's how you know you got next week? How you know you got tomorrow? So you need to repent, turn from your wicked ways today. And you need to go about the process of purging yourselves from these unclean things. He said he can work on that. He can work with that. He'll give you tomorrow because you did that. But as long as you resisting, talking about later, say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and knock you off. I'm gonna go ahead and knock you off today. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna go ahead and kill you today. You ain't gonna see tomorrow. Because you ain't got the humbleness that you're supposed to have. I don't see my spirit in you. So I'm gonna go ahead and get you on up out of there. Right? Your life is like the morning fog. It's here a little while, then it's gone. What you ought to say is, if the master wants us to, we will live and do this or that. We say, most high will it. Same thing. Right? So there. Otherwise, you are boasting about your own pretentious plans, and all such boasting is evil. Hey, listen, it's evil not to see. That means you ain't considering the Most High Yah is in power, that He is the authority. That without Him, without His barakah, without His will, you don't get to do nothing. So you always got to consider Him, always got to put forth, and you got to speak it. Sometimes you got to let Him know. You got to let Him know. You gotta profess it. Say it out loud. Not that you're black and you're proud. Is that the lofty one that sits upon the throne is in full power, full authority. Remember, it is sin to know what you ought to do and then not to do it. Todayah, all praises. All praises. What is going on here? All right. I'm sorry, y'all. Mic check, mic check. What's going on up in here? Mic check. All right, y'all. I pray that you have received what you need to receive. Hit that like button and you all running this thing. Man, I got this double speak in my ear. I don't know what happened. Mic check, mic check. Okay, that's better. Oh, yeah, man, this is powerful. This is a powerful lesson right here. It's one of the most powerful ones I think I done put out. You know, I pray that it be beneficial unto you, unto me, unto all who hear it. All honor and esteem to the Most High, the Creator of the heavens and earth. Todayah, Todayah.
Hey man, about time for y'all to hit that like and that subscribe button. You've been around here soaking up all the game like a dry sponge in a wet puddle. You've been robbing your brother of his likes and his subscription. You don't want to comment. You don't want to hit the share button. You're selfish. You don't want to participate. Then you need to evacuate. Get on up out of here quick, fast, and in a hurry, because we don't need your kind. Now, for those of you that's going to do what's right, go ahead and get it then. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, comment, and sit back and relax. Let's get into these scripts. You dig?
I was under pressure, ministry never quits. I was trying to do better. July 2020 in the mountains of Tennessee with Hebrews from other hoods, showing true brotherhood. Now it's August 1st and we just finished this fire lesson. Down to the rivers to go receive a fire blessing. Riding to the waters in a set apart motorcade. I can feel a human like chill between my shoulder blades. Old man needs to be deaded. Hebrews standing on the shore, reflecting on the wrongs I've done before, confessing that Yahuwah